Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. We're going to get straight into this video. So I was editing a 25-minute video for you guys until my oncologist called me. So now I'm sitting here making a whole new video that I was not prepared to make, but I'm also happy to make in a sense too. But I'm a little confused as well, and I'll tell you guys why. So I want to first start with the biopsy came back that there was no active cancer cells or no active lymphoma, even though the paperwork says there's a relapse based off the imaging findings, right? But the biopsy itself is saying that there was no findings of lymphoma of what they extracted. So right now what's being told to me is that I will have to get a surgery and remove the lymph node so they can test it, and that will be my final answer. Or I have the choice to wait 2 months and then go and get another PET scan. And if it's still showing activity like it's showing now, then we'll go ahead and schedule a surgery. So after speaking with my oncologist not too long ago, I basically said I'll do the 2-month thing and we'll wait it out. So she was saying that yes, she agrees as well that lymphoma is slow growing, so it's not like I would be hurting myself by waiting 2 months. So I said okay, but I want to get into what's confusing me, right? So the paperwork that I read yesterday night and still now is still reflecting relapse lymphoma. So from what she's telling me, that's just the imaging. So that's based off of what imaging. And she also, you guys, it's like I'm not mad at nobody, but I'm just so frustrated because, like, yo, having cancer already before, like, being like having this, like, this is traumatizing, right? So when somebody tells you they know for certain that this is stage 3, you're going to be like, well, okay, stage 3, let me accept the results. Not saying like, because, you know, you don't want to like accept anything, but if your oncologist is telling you, oh, I've been doing this long enough, I'm looking at the paper and I can tell this is stage 3. So but prior to when I got, oh, it's so many gnats. Prior to when I got this biopsy done, my images was sent over from my last hospital to the new hospital. And I was telling her, you know, my oncologist never sat down and explained my results to me, simply because they also wanted me to have surgery. And then they wanted to talk to me after I got the surgery. But I thought that was unfair. You know what I'm saying? I think it's nice to sit down, because the first time I went about all of this, every time we got a scan back, we had an appointment to follow up and talk about it. It was never like, oh, you got a scan back, now time for surgery, and then we'll discuss your scan, and then we'll discuss the results from your surgery. That's something new. I don't know about all that. So I got me a second opinion at my new cancer center. So the first thing she was saying was like, oh yeah, this is definitely stage 3. She's like, because it's in your chest, in your armpits, in your groin, in your neck. What else? Did I say pelvis? Yes. So whatever. So I'm like, oh my God, it's stage 3. So I'm holding on to that, like, okay, well, she's already clarified. And I'm telling you, y'all, she looked at me in my eyes and was just like, yes, this is stage 3 cancer. And I said, okay, but she did say, let's go ahead and still get the biopsy just to make sure. But this biopsy came back that this was not lymphoma. So just imagine me thinking that I have stage 3 cancer this whole time, but I've been waiting to tell you guys what the real results is from the biopsy. But at the same time, my doctor had already told me this is stage 3. But long story short, y'all, I would have to get the surgery. To really clarify what's going on here. The biopsy didn't pull. They said it was a successful biopsy that did not show any signs of lymphoma. So I did tell my doctor, like, hey, I've had these needle extractions before. I never had it in my groin area. That was the first time I've ever done that. But I told her that I've had it before, and pretty much that each time that I had it, they had to do a surgery following after it, because it wasn't giving them the proper information. And it wasn't until that they pulled a lymph node surgically that they found the cancer, right? So I was telling her, like, I don't mind doing that in 2 months. Right now, I'm not mentally prepared for that, because I had already mentally prepared for the results she told me in person that this is stage 3 cancer. And we were already talking about treatment plans. We were going to start with immunotherapy and then do chemotherapy if necessary. So mind you, this whole time that I've been making videos for you guys, I had already known she told me stage 3, but I was like, Nyla, stay prayed up and you know what I'm saying, don't claim it in a sense, you know, don't ignore it, but don't claim it. You know what I'm saying? Just be proactive. You know what I mean? So I had already had a pre-recorded video telling you guys everything, but now I'm confused. Like, she was like, oh, I'm gonna play some of the audio for you guys, because I was like, okay, so should I just ignore the whole stage 3 thing? And she was like, yes, because she cannot diagnose me with stage 3 cancer until after I get a surgery done, and it shows in that in that surgery that the cancer is there,
the active tissue there. Looking at your PET scan, it was like the lymph nodes are pretty small in size. I think the largest was maybe 1.3 centimeters in size, and the other one were even smaller. So there's two ways we can go about it. We could either do an excisional biopsy where they'll cut, they'll make an incision and they'll take out the whole lymph node, or we could just repeat a PET scan in a couple of months, see how things are. Maybe it's just a reaction. Sometimes people can have slightly enlarged lymph node. Without, just from a reaction from an infection or stress or inflammation. And if it is the cause, it should get better once we repeat that PET scan.
Okay, gotcha. So I didn't catch that first part you said. You said it didn't come back, that it was... What?
It did not. Like the biopsy that they did, it was just reactive. So they were in that lymph node. So they biopsied the left inguinal lymph node, so the left upper leg lymph node, which was, avid, and it was about 1.1 centimeters, so one of the bigger lymph nodes. And the fact that they saw lymphoid tissue there, meaning that the needle, when they went in with the needle, they actually were in the lymph node. So it's not like they biopsied something else.
Okay.
So, and it just shows reactive, like there's no evidence of lymphoma there.
Okay, cool.
But, yeah, so the next step is either we do the full excisional biopsy where they take out the whole thing, or we just repeat a PET scan in 2 months, see how things are, and then go from there.
Okay, we can do that. I'd rather do that because I know the surgeries are invasive, but that's what I was saying.
I think so too. So even from the PET scan, I don't see any evidence of any concern for a more aggressive lymphoma. Even if it is lymphoma, the nodular lymphocytic predominant Hodgkin's lymphoma, that's a slow-growing lymphoma. Even if, we do a PET scan 8 weeks later and we find out that the lymph nodes are still there and we biopsy at that time and it does come out to be lymphoma, we are not losing anything.
Okay, no problem. Okay, so should I, because I know when I read the results, it was, in the comments, it was saying relapse lymphoma. And then it was...
I think that... So you read the biopsy results?
Oh, yeah, I did.
So, they said there's no morphological evidence of previously diagnosed. Yeah.
Okay. Because I was like... Because I don't even know, because I was in my mind, I was just like, okay, if it's in my pelvis, my chest, and all of these things, like, of course I want to know. And normally I never knew until I did the surgeries. The biopsies never really worked for me. I always had to get a surgery. But...
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I'm just trying to figure out what I should do, because I don't want to...
There's no wrong answer here. Like I said, even if, if you wait 8 weeks or 2 months, and at that time the PET scan is still positive, and we end up doing a surgery, and that shows lymphoma, we are not losing. It's a slow-growing lymphoma, and sometimes we just watch this lymphoma, even when we find out that this is lymphoma. So I don't think we are losing anything by repeating a PET scan in 8 weeks and then deciding what to do next.
Okay, that sounds perfect for me. So should I probably disregard stage 3 and all that?
I don't have evidence of lymphoma, so stage 3, everything is nothing unless we know what is
Right, unless we
if
do
it is
the
lymphoma or
next
not.
thing.
Exactly.
Okay, gotcha.
So I am excited about my results coming back the way it did, right? Saying that there's no lymphoma finding. But I am still concerned, being that my past experiences, I had to get the surgery, and then that's when the surgery showed different. So I don't know how to feel. I'm excited, and then I'm still a little nervous. It's just an emotional roller coaster because you just want one final answer. Y'all, sorry about my dog barking. I'll talk to y'all later.